So is your intention going forward, I know you told me, we spoke the other day, and Burke and Hare has a UK distributor, but
no, Burke and Hare is a UK movie.
Right.
It's a British film. It's made by Ealing Studios.
that explains the flag.
Yes, I'm working for the Queen now. But I've made a number of films here, so it's actually, I was very happy to get this job because it's a movie that the studios would never make now. You know, I've lived through the death of Hollywood. And when I was a Melbourne at Fox, there was still the back lot. Now it's Century City. And the first time I worked at Universal, where the Universal Sheraton is now, was the gladiator school from Spartacus. So and Deborah, when I moved in with Deborah in 1975, my wife, she wasn't my wife then, but she designed a TV pilot that was the very last thing shot on the MGM back lot, which is now Congo's. And I remember just walking around the back lot at MGM, guys going, "Look, meet me in St. Louis," pointing out the sets. And it's just, I've been through the destruction of the studios. And I actually worked with Lou Wasserman, the last mogul, and I really see the difference. It's corporate now, and it's reflected in the product. It's just a very weird time in the movie business. And ironically, making a lot of money, a lot more money than it's ever made before, and yet they're paying less.
So tell us a little bit about how is it working over there then? How is this different from that old system? Ealing Studios is a great place, but really, how is it different for you?
Well, no. The process is not different. Making a movie is making a movie. I've made movies in Spain, in Italy, and all over, Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, Toronto, Vancouver, Los Angeles. Making a movie is the same. It's the same. In fact, one of the coolest things about making movies is there's new technology, but it's just tools. Filmmaking is only about 120 years old, which is brand new. And if you look at a production still from 1925 and 2010, they're pretty identical. It's some actors in front of the camera, and there's cameras on sticks or a crane or a dolly, and behind them are a bunch of technicians. And you're still getting the piece, making narrative film is assembling the pieces to create montage to tell a story. And that hasn't changed. It's exactly the same. And I cut my first movie on a moviola, and Kentucky Fried Movie was the first film in the United States to be cut on a chem. And a chem is now ancient technology. Everything's computers now. And regardless, it's exactly the same process. So I kind of like that.
What are we going to see? When are we going to see Burke and Hare in the United States?
Well, I don't know. It opens in the UK October 31st. It's very British. I'm very happy with it. It's beautiful looking. It's photographed by John Matheson, and my wife Deborah did the costumes. It takes place in 1828 in Scotland, in Edinburgh. It's a pretty accurate story of Burke and Hare, who in real life were psychopaths and murderers. They're infamous as grave robbers, but in reality they never robbed a grave. They were not ghouls, they were murderers. They killed about 17 people to sell their bodies to Dr. Knox at the Royal College of Surgeons. It's a grisly story, and there have been a lot of movies based on it, from Robert Wise's first film, The Body Snatchers, the Val Lewton picture, and gosh, Dylan Thomas wrote The Doctor and the Devils, and just so many films, almost all of them horror films. And we made a comedy out of it. Ironically, it's the most accurate of all the films. It stars Simon Pegg and Andy Serkis, and Isla Fisher, and Jessica Hines, and Christopher Lee, and Tom Wilkinson, and a lot of Brits that I don't think you guys know, but wonderful actors.
John, before we go, do you have any message you want to deliver to the audience? We have a lot of young filmmakers here at the tribute tonight, and independent filmmakers who are making great movies on their own terms. Do you have anything you want to say to them before we say goodnight to you in the UK?
Good luck. Listen, there's the advantage. Gee, now I hear myself. I'm kind of scared. The advantage that filmmakers have, young filmmakers have now, is, again, new technologies. You can actually shoot a perfectly serviceable movie with a tiny little camera and cut it on your laptop. So you don't have the excuses my generation had. You can go out for $1,000, make a feature film. The problem is, if you're successful at that, you can never do it again. You know? Because suddenly people go, hey, we want to get paid. You know? That's what happened to Spike Lee. You know, by the third one, his crew quit. You know? But, it's just good luck. I mean, no matter what technologies come along. I mean, now everyone's talking about 3D like it's new. It's not new. And by the way, if you ever see a good print of The Creature from the Black Lagoon projected correctly, that is still the best 3D movie. Regardless, my point is that I really want people to make movies because there aren't enough good movies. And I think that there's amazing talent out there. You know what? I have advice. You want to hear me sound obnoxious? Read books. No, I'm shocked at how illiterate most of my peers are, and I'm not kidding. I mean, read Dickens and Twain and all of them, Tolstoy and Philip Roth, and you name it, read the goddamn books. There's so many wonderful books, and I think the biggest problem we have in film now is storytelling. You know, I mean, Michael Bay or, you know, Jerry Bruckheimer's made a career out of not telling stories. You know, I mean, it's about, I'm not joking. I mean, I really think this whole, it's just fashion, and I know that good movies will always be made, and the most exciting thing to me is, you know, once you make a movie that connects, watch Casablanca, or The Wizard of Oz, or, you know, just watch a good movie. Look at Citizen Kane, or Annie Hall. Make a good movie, Network, Dr. Strangelove, and it's just as good today, often better. And who knew Network was prophecy? You know, we thought it was satire. It turned out everything in it's come true.
John, you've been an incredible good sport, going to the airport, back and forth, trying to get here to Sarasota. We really appreciate you making the time, and we're so honored that you could accept this award at the festival. Thank you for
what was I
working
getting?
It's here for you.